Hello children, good morning. I hope all of you are very good, and I also hope that you have spent your holidays nicely. You must have had a very good and enjoyable holiday together at home. Although because of a lot of restrictions you may not have got the chance to go outside and enjoy, but I definitely know and I'm very much sure that you have enjoyed your staying together this time at home. And I also hope that we all are back again with a lot of energy and a lot of enthusiasm. Children, I welcome you back to the online classes. Today, in our social science or social studies, we are going to start a new topic, a new chapter. Dear friends, before holidays, we have done few chapters. We have done French Revolution in history. We have done one chapter in geography, one chapter in political science, and also we have completed one chapter in economics. Today I will start second chapter of your history book, and the topic is Socialism in Europe and the Russian Revolution. Dear children, get ready with your book, and I am going to discuss the chapter line by line, the topic line by line. Hope you will like it and you will enjoy it also. After watching this video, if you had some doubt, there is some doubt clearance time is given this time in your study timetable. You can utilize that doubt clearance slot and come back to me, and I will try my level best to help you out to clear any of your doubt. Let's begin our today's topic: Socialism in Europe and the Russian Revolution. The age of social change. In the previous chapter, you read about the powerful ideas of freedom and equality that circulated in Europe after the French Revolution. The French Revolution opened up the possibility of creating a dramatic change in the way in which society was structured. As you have read, before the 18th century, society was broadly divided into states and orders, and it was the aristocracy and the church which controlled economic and social power. Suddenly, after the revolution, it seemed possible to change this. In many parts of the world, including Europe and Asia, new ideas about individual rights and who controlled social power began to be discussed. Yes, children. The French Revolution, we know it occurred in the year 1789. Although the process started much before only, in 1789, it culminated into a revolution there at France. We have discussed about its causes, various causes and all in our previous chapter only, and I'm not going to rediscuss this thing again here. But yes, definitely, this revolution or the French Revolution brought about a lot of change in the social structure. Before French Revolution, we have seen that the society in Europe, not only in Europe, in most part of the world, was feudal society based on feudal structure and broadly divided into different states or class. And in Europe, especially in Europe, the society was controlled by aristocratic people and the church or the nobilities, basically. Okay, clergy and the nobilities. We know that it is divided into three states: clergy, nobility and commoners, right? And majority of the people were the commoners, but they were, a deprived section. But as a result of the French Revolution, that age-old distinction or the division among the people in the society between privileged and non-privileged groups started disintegrating, started declining, and immediately you could see that in France the system started changing. Although while discussing the same chapter, we came to know that it was not suddenly, immediately after the revolution everything changed. It is not like that. It was not like that. We have seen it, because we have seen that political powers were not extended immediately to all people in the society. There were a lot of restrictions, and women were not given voting rights till quite late in Europe. But three very important ideas became very famous and prominent in the world after the French Revolution, and that ideals were the ideals of liberty, fraternity and equality, or equality, liberty and fraternity. And these ideals and this ideology of equality, of liberty, enjoyment of the freedom and all, attracted large number of people in Europe, and this idea started gradually spreading towards the other part of Europe and the rest part of the world also. Okay, so even after this French Revolution, even the country like India, there were the leaders like Raja Ram Mohan Roy and later on Henry Vivian Dereggio. Okay, so they started talking about the ideas and ideologies which is being made popular in the world by the French Revolution. Okay, and in other parts of the world also, people started thinking about bringing changes, and people started aspiring to see changes in the society. Not everyone in Europe, however, wanted a complete transformation of society. Responses varied from those who accepted that some changes was necessary but wished for a gradual shift, to those who wanted to restructure society radically. I already told you that the ideas of French Revolution started, leaving its impact or affecting the life and thinking of the people all over Europe and later on other parts of the world also. But everybody and everyone did not wanted a similar type of changes. Yeah, there were the people, almost everybody wanted to see the changes. But the process, there was differences in the process. A group of people, or one group of people, they wanted to see the changes, but they also wanted at the same time that the change should be slow and gradual, so that it can be easily adjusted. Otherwise, there were a group of people who wanted to see the abrupt and radical change. They wanted to see that everything, the old, should be gone away, to be done away with, and that new system and the new structure should be implemented and introduced immediately. They were, they wanted to see the radical changes. So, people in Europe can be grouped into 3 different categories. Some of them were conservatives, others were liberals, and others were radicals. Okay, now let me tell you the simple definition, or let me explain you what does this 3 term mean. Okay, conservatives are the people, those group of people who want no change. Okay, they wanted to continue with the old system, old practice, old traditions, and they do not want to see any changes in the society. Okay, you can say that they were the monarchical people. They wanted to continue with this age-old institutions like monarchy, like church, etc. Okay, and they also wanted to continue with that age-old division of the society into privileged and non-privileged group. They want no change. That is why they are called conservative. The second group of the people were the liberals. Liberals were the one, I already told you that, they wanted to see the changes. They wanted changes. But they wanted slow and gradual changes. Okay, that change, it should not be very much abrupt, so that it will be quite difficult for some group of the people to adjust with the change. They wanted slow changes. Okay, and the third group of the people were called radicals, and they wanted to see the change, and not only they wanted to see the change, but they wanted to see the abrupt change, immediate change. Okay, because they believe that whatever the things was there, whatever the things which is being practiced in the society, that is not fair for all, and it need to be changed, and it need to be changed dramatically, and it need to be changed radically. Okay, everything should be changed at one go. They were termed as, or they were known as radicals. Let me discuss these terms in detail. Liberals, radicals, and conservative. Point 1.1. One of the groups which looked to change society were the liberals. Liberals wanted a nation which tolerated all religions. We should remember that at this time, European states usually discriminated in favor of one religion or another. Liberals also opposed the uncontrolled power of dynastic rulers. They wanted to safeguard the rights of individuals against governments. They argued for the representative elected parliamentary government subject to law, interpreted by a well-trained judiciary that was independent of rulers and officials. However, they were not democrats. They did not believe in universal adult franchise, that is, the right of every citizen to vote. They felt men of property mainly should have the vote. They also did not want the vote for women. Now, liberals, I told you in simple, just before this I told you who were the liberals. Now here, liberals are the people, they wanted to see the changes, I told you already, and they wanted to see the slow changes, not very much abrupt. And they were in favor that, as we all know, during the French Revolution, society was controlled by the religion. Okay, the aristocratic class people and the religion was, in command in society. The life of the people were very badly controlled by these two institutions. Okay, now they wanted to see that this type of the control of religion over the people should be changed. Liberals also opposed the uncontrolled power of dynastic rulers. Okay, and they wanted to safeguard the rights of individual against governments. They argued for a representative elected parliamentary government. And they also wanted to see that the government should function as per the law, and there should be one institution, and there should be some trained people representing that institution, commonly known as judiciary, that should interpret law. Okay, but children, a bit confusing thing is that they wanted to see the representative government at the place of hereditary monarchical system, but they were not pro-democrats, or they were not the one who wanted to see democratic system. Now what is the difference? Don't think that all elected governments are democratic government, about which we will discuss in detail in our some topic in political science. Okay, and we have already discussed all these things about, in our previous classes also. In class 8 also we have discussed about what is democracy and all. In class 6 only we have started democracy and all. But here they wanted to see the representative government, but that government should not be formed through the universal adult franchise system. Now what is this universal adult franchise system? Here, universal means franchise is voting right, voting system, and adult means the people above, initially it was above 21 years in most of the country. In India also it was above 21 years, but now it is above 18. And it is universally accepted that now above 18 we become adult. Okay, so universal adult franchise means giving voting right to the people irrespective of their class, creed, religion, gender, economic background, educational background, irrespective of anything. All adults above 18 years of age should be given the voting right, and the government should be formed with the vote of these adult people. Okay, so that type of the government can be termed as democratic government, although there are some other criteria also to make a government as completely democratic government. Merely electing the representative and forming the government by representative cannot be termed as democratic system. We know, and we will discuss it more in political science. I am not going to discuss this thing in detail here. Okay, but these liberal people wanted to see representative government, but they wanted to limit the voting rights to the people, or not people rather, to the man of propertied class. If you remember, after French Revolution, the first constitution of the France after the French Revolution, or the constitution of 1791, also made, also declared that voting system, and the voting system was restricted to the active citizens. It classified the citizen into active and passive. Okay, and in active citizens, there was the economic criteria was there, as somebody who is giving at least some taxes. It is said that minimum taxes amounting minimum 3 days wages to be paid to government to be eligible to get voting rights, and voting rights was not extended to women at all. Here liberals wanted to continue with this type of the franchise system, where a limited group of the people only get voting rights. Those who pay tax, they only should vote, and they were dead against extending voting rights to the women. Okay, so this group of the people were termed as liberals. In contrast, radicals wanted a nation in which government was based on the majority of a country's population. Many supported women's suffragette movement, Unlike liberals, they opposed the privileges of great landowners and wealthy factory owners. They were not against the existence of private property, but disliked concentration of property in the hands of a few. So, radicals, they were also against the dynastic rule. They were against the monarchical system. They wanted to see the representative government in the country, and they wanted to see that voting rights also should not be limited to the people with property. Okay, or the voting rights should not be extended, given only to the rich people. Many of them rather, supported, giving voting rights to women also. Okay, voting rights should be given to all the men, and many of them also supported extending voting rights to women also. Okay, unlike liberals, they opposed the privileges of great landowners and wealthy factory owners. They were rather not against the private property. Okay, but they did not like the concentration of the property in few hands. They wanted to see that most of the people in the society should get access to the property. And against both these groups, liberals and radicals, it is conservatives. Conservatives were opposed to radicals and liberals. After the French Revolution, however, even conservatives had opened their mind to the need for change. Earlier in the 18th century, conservatives had been generally opposed to the idea of change. By the 19th century, they accepted that some change was inevitable, but believed that the past had to be respected and change had to be brought about through a slow process. Now, conservatives were against the change. Before French Revolution, they were completely against the change. They do not wanted to see any changes in the society. But after the French Revolution, little bit changes started taking place into the mind of those conservative people also. They also started supporting changes, some sort of changes in the society. But they believe that these changes should be very slow, steady and very slow, so that it could be easily adjusted. Okay, and because of this French Revolution only, they now started realizing that we cannot withhold these changes. One day or other, today or tomorrow or day after, changes is going to come, and we should not stop it like that. If we stop it, forcefully, it will create another revolution in society. So changes should come, but it should come in very slow process, very slow manner. Such differing ideas about societal changes clashed during the social and political turmoil that followed the French Revolution. The various attempts at revolution and national transformation in the 19th century helped define both the limits and potential of these political tendencies. So, after the French Revolution, there was the constant and continuing conflict among these three different ideologies. Okay, and this conflict finally resulted into a lot of changes in the society, and one of the change which is very important in as far as the human history is concerned, as far as the social relationship is concerned, took place in the world, and we are going to discuss about this topic. This change in the society in this chapter. Thank you very much. I will continue the next topic in my next video. So, children, today we have discussed about the impact of French Revolution. We have discussed about the how French Revolution affected the society in Europe and in other parts of the world. What are the different ideas and ideologies that was popularized by the French Revolution? And we have also discussed about 3 different groups of the people in society: liberals, radicals and conservatives. And we have also discussed about the differences in their views, differences in their ideas, okay, differences among these 3 different groups in the society. Thank you.